Kim, welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with another Media Monday video. I don't do these every single Monday. I do them about once a month or so. I think the last one I did was on Shark Week and some of my favorite shark movies. And the one before that was actually on books that I've read recently. This week I wanted to talk about the new movie It Ends With Us that just came out. I think it came out a week ago now. I went to go see it on Wednesday, today's Sunday, and I honestly loved it. I also read the book, so I thought I would do a little bit of a comparison between the book and the movie and share my thoughts on both. So needless to say, there's going to be some spoilers. So if you haven't seen either the book, if you haven't seen the movie or read the book, probably best to turn this off and not watch. But let's jump in. So I'll start with the things that I liked and then the things I didn't like so much. Overall, like I said, I did really like the adaptation. I loved the book. I rated it, I think I gave it 5 out of 5, but on Goodreads. But you can only do like full points or full stars, so I would have done 4.5. I thought it was really, really good. It really made me like understand why domestic violence victims stay. You could just tell the author really poured her heart into it and absolutely loved the book, and that was really important and special to her. So I thought it was amazing. So much better than Verity. That's the only other Colleen Hoover book that I've read. So yeah, I thought it was an incredible book. I have not experienced being in a physically abusive relationship before, but when I was younger, I was definitely in an emotionally abusive relationship. So there were lots of parts in the book that really, I felt like I could relate to them. Yeah, I just figured I wanted to show where my perspective is coming from. Anyways, when it comes to the movie, things that I loved, number one, I really liked the casting. I know a lot of people did not like Blake Lively as Lily. I thought she was amazing. I thought she was a great choice for Lily. I thought that Justin Baldoni as Raoul was perfect. He had that perfect, like, charismatic personality, that charm. So handsome. So loved that. My favorite casting choice was Brendan Sklenar. Is that how you pronounce his last name? As Alice. Oh my gosh. They could not have made a more perfect choice there. I already loved Brandon from watching, is it Brandon or Brendan? Anyways, I'm gonna say Brandon. I hope I'm right. I already loved him from 1923, and when I heard that he's being cast in It Ends With Us, I thought that was a perfect choice, and he was indeed perfect. Loved him. Alyssa and Marshall, I can't remember their actors' names, but they were exactly as I pictured in the book, especially Marshall. Hilarious. That actor really got Marshall's personality and mannerisms down. Loved him. And then young Lily and young Atlas. I thought young Lily was great. Young Atlas, I didn't think he looked that much like adult Atlas. He was okay though. Yeah, not bad. I liked young Lily a little better. She looked so much like Blake Lively. I thought she was great. As for the wardrobe, a lot of people online have complained about the wardrobe choices, but and I'll put in a couple pictures here if I remember to save them. I loved the wardrobe. It wasn't what I pictured in the book, but I think it really captured Lily's style. Her flower shop, like the bouquets she designs, are described a lot in the book. She creates these steampunk, like dark purple and stuff bouquets. I thought that was reflected in her wardrobe quite a bit. Like it's feminine, pretty, but with an edge. I loved her outfits, honestly. I really liked it. I like that they cut the Ellen letters out of the book. I wasn't a fan out of the movie. I wasn't a fan of that in the book. It wasn't my favorite. It did help communicate some things, but I thought they were able to share in the movie just fine without them. So I like that they cut that. I also really like that they added the scene at the end where Lily goes and lays her list of 5 things she doesn't love about her dad on the grave. I don't think that was in the book from what I can remember, but it was a great full circle moment in the movie. I really liked the addition of that. So some things that I didn't love. I know they wanted to make this movie PG-13, and I assume it's because they wanted to encourage moms to bring their teenage daughters to the movie. I considered bringing my 12-year-old. I didn't, but I think I will have her watch it with me after this. I think it's an important movie for moms to watch with their daughters and discuss that topic. However, I think it might have been better if it was R-rated, because I don't know if it really got across the intensity of the abuse that we saw in the book. So in the book, Ryle, in his final abuse of Lily, he not only bites her tattoo, which was in the movie, but he also headbutts her really hard and gives her a concussion. And that's why she goes to the hospital, seeks out Atlas's help and goes to the hospital. I wish they had left in the headbutting. Maybe they couldn't do it on a PG-13 rating, but I think it was important just to see how violent he is and scary. So yeah, I wish they had kept that in. I also wish they had kept in a scene where Ryle is, I think it's after the second time he abuses her when she falls down the stairs, where Ryle talks to Lily about like his traumatic background with his brother. In the movie, Alyssa tells her about that. But at the same time, I kind of see why they cut it, because I don't think they wanted us to feel bad for the abuser in the movie. So I see why they would have cut that out. I think the author of the novel wanted to explain why he was the way he was, because she's explained as well later on that her dad, that's how he treated her mom, and she had to come to terms with that and still have a relationship with him. So it makes sense that she might have wanted to humanize Ryle in the novel, but you can also see how that would be problematic. So I see why they cut that out. And then lastly, I didn't like how they portrayed Lily's mom. They cut out a really important scene where Lily talks to her mom about what's going on with Ryle, and Lily's mom encourages her to leave him. And Lily asks, why didn't you ever leave Dad? And it's because she didn't have support. There are reasons why, but that she wants her daughter to make a different choice. They sort of cut that out. And I wish they had kept it. I know that you can't include everything on a short 2-hour time limit, but that was an important one in my opinion. At the very end of the book, Lily exchanges her daughter Emerson with Ryle because she has to share custody with him, and that comes up again later in the second book. But she lets him have visitation, basically. And when I was reading the book, that didn't make sense to me. Why would you allow unsupervised visitation? It's explained more in the sequel. But in the movie, she actually passes her daughter off to her mom when she sees Atlas at the end, and they see each other. That's how both the book and not movie end. So that change kind of made sense. But I think it is also important to note that a lot of the time victims have to share custody with their abusers, and that also factors into why they might not leave, because they don't want to share, or they don't want their kids to be unsupervised with an abuser, right? So I'm not sure what I think of that change yet. And then the last thing, they also sort of changed up. So Lily leaves Ryle, and she just stays with her mom, I think is what they portray. In the novel, she actually stays in her and Ryle's apartment, and he stays away to give her space, and it describes her painting like a mural on the wall. She brings Ryle in to see it. They don't get back together, but it's just a little bit different than the movie where she just lives with her mom instead. I'm not sure why they chose to change that. Probably for the same reasons as why they don't show her sharing custody with him at the end, but yeah. Another change. They also cut out a scene where after Lily calls Atlas for help, he takes her to the hospital, she finds out she's pregnant, she goes to his house, and his friends show up for a poker game, and she ends up hanging out with him, getting along with them. That was cut out. She does go to his house, but she doesn't meet his friends. And to be honest, that change made sense, because why would you want to do all this extra casting just for one scene, right? So that did make sense. One last thing that they changed was they changed the name of the restaurant. So in the novel, it was Bibbs, which was supposed to mean back in Boston. It was a little thing between Lily and Atlas when they were teenagers. And they changed it to Root in the movie. And it's sort of funny because there's this scene they include. I actually don't know why they made this change. I didn't love this one. But Lily and Atlas as teenagers are talking about gardening. And Lily explains to Atlas that the root is the strongest part of the plant. It's what keeps it alive. He's like, wow, I didn't know that about roots. And it's like, really? Like, you didn't? Anyways, it was cute, but I don't know why they didn't just leave it as bibs. I liked that. So yeah, that about sums up my thoughts on the book versus the novel. I thought it was a really good adaptation in the end, though. I would probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. If I was rating it out of 5, I'm not sure. Probably 4, 3.5 out of 5. It was really good. The novel is, of course, a little better, but I thought it was a really strong adaptation. There's some adaptations that suck. So, if you watched the movie, let me know in the comments what you thought, whether you preferred the book or the movie, and I'll see you in my next video.